What is happening, podcast listeners? I'm Mitchell Torres, and this is the Combat Conversation. On this episode, we're joined by Darrell Taylor from MTV's The Challenge. He's a straight competition beast on that show. He's also a Golden Glove boxer, a personal trainer, and now a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. We're recording from his studio in Pound for Pound Fitness in Elk Grove, California. This was a fun conversation. I hope to do it again soon, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Here you go. All right, the Combat Conversation. We're back. Without Jason, he's in Indonesia. I was here with Darrell Taylor. You've seen him on The Challenge. Now he's in Jiu-Jitsu. He has his own gym at Pound for Pound Fitness in Elk Grove. How's it going, Darrell?
It's going good, man. Glad to be here.
Nice. I'm glad to have you on here. So I met you at a tournament, a couple months ago, Grappling X. When I seen you on the mat, I'm like, no way is that Darrell. You know, I really couldn't believe it. And then I seen you this. Man, you look like you've been doing this for a while. Now I hear you barely did any stand-up on preparation for this.
Yeah, man. Now, I've dabbled with it. I've been out in Elk Grove for about 11 years, and I used to go to Uriah's gym when I first moved here.
Okay.
So he would see me watching, and he's like, you could jump in. So I got a gi, and I would try the pro classes, because, I used to box, so I had hands, but I probably did that for like 2 months, and I was getting my ass whooped left and right. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just stick to boxing.
Right.
But yeah, man, I was at the Grappling X tournament, and I just started in January recently over here at Waza. I put my son in there, so he was asking me questions. So I was like, all right, I was trying to remember how to do stuff, but I couldn't really remember. So I was like, you know what, I better go sign up so I can lead by example.
I think that's great, too, because you get a lot of sideline parents that are telling their kids, mount, do this, oopa. And they don't know the situation their kid is in. I think you got to feel that a little bit.
That's the worst, man. That's in any sport. I hate those.
Right. Yeah. So you're an extreme competitor from your time on The Challenge, and you said boxing, Golden Gloves? Boxing?
Yeah, NorCal.
Yeah. So how is jiu-jitsu different from boxing, or compared even to Challenge? Because you got to do some crazy stuff on there.
Yeah, man. The Challenge, I got to say, that stuff is easy when we're on the ground, but when I pull up and I see a crane, It's hard. You never know what you're doing.
Right.
But besides that, with boxing and jiu-jitsu, man, it's like apples and oranges, man. It's a whole nother world. With boxing, I remember I jumped in the Golden Gloves tournament, novice, my first time after 4 months of training, when people would train for like a year, and I got second place.
Wow.
I won 3 and lost the final or whatever. And I was pretty proud of that. But the thing with boxing was, when I got in there, I had pretty good skills, decent, but I would get tired, so I would run more.
Right.
So it wasn't me. It was more me when I would get my ass whooped was because I was getting tired, unless I was fighting a skilled fighter who had a lot more fights. Mm-hmm. Well, in jiu-jitsu, when I went in there, I wasn't getting tired, but I just kept getting my ass whooped.
Wow.
So it didn't matter how much I ran. Jiu-jitsu's a whole nother world. You could be in tip-top shape, strong as hell. If you go up against an upper belt, like a blue belt or purple belt or brown, they will humble your ass real quick.
Right. That's weird that you say you don't get tired, because you know what? The number one thing for me is getting tired. the fear of getting tired, I'm like, man, I don't care if this guy chokes me out 100 times. I don't care if he gets knee on belly. I just don't want to get tired. I don't want to suffocate. Yeah. I look up at the clock. I'm like, oh, man, come on, let this time start moving. I started out doing striking, too, in the very beginning. My dad was a boxer. I did a lot of MMA training with very little ground, and it got to the point where I just couldn't take the punches no more. And like, I catch a good one, and it'll last a couple days, And then I found myself trying to get a takedown more and more with no takedown experience. I just want to get this fight to the floor.
Yeah.
My shoulders would get tired. It was like a different type of. It was like I'm just breathing in sauna air, It just burns. Was there any difference compared to sparring, the striking to the ground?
I would say the jiu-jitsu it's less impact.
Right.
Like you said, with the strikes, because those body shots, man,
right,
those things hurt.
Right.
And then it's mainly in jiu-jitsu, I guess the only thing that ever hurts right now for me is my forearms, because I'm gripping too tight.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
But boxing, man, I think I will. What I'm trying to say is that boxing and jiu-jitsu are different, because in boxing, you could advance a lot faster, where in jiu-jitsu, you could be smashing people, but like I said, you won't beat like a brown belt as a white belt or a black belt right away. It's going to take you some years. You're going to have to put in some years of work.
That's true.
Whereas boxing, you could fight for maybe 2 years training. You might be real good and be able to make it to the Olympics.
Right. When you were boxing, were you conventional or southpaw?
Conventional.
Conventional, nice. How many, on your way to the Golden Gloves as a novice, how many matches would you say you had?
I was 0. I jumped in 4. I was 0.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I finished at 12-5.
Wow.
12-5. Yeah, my record. But I did it for 10 years off and on. So I started boxing. I got real adamant about it. And then my friend, we went to this auditioning for the Real World. And it was in Berkeley. And he told me to come with him. And so I rolled up with him. And next thing you know, it was a long line, but I wasn't finna wait in that line, man. I was like, we was just there for the females.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we go inside, and next thing you know, one of the producers ran up on me. I mean, everybody was dressed nice. I'm in a big pimpin' T-shirt. I had J's on, like I wasn't tripping. And I had cornrows then. And then the dude ran up on me, asked me if I was interested in being in and on it. And I was like, I looked at him, and I just remember my friend looking at me like that with that envious, jealous look. He's like, you need to go to his table. Because he's like, here's my card. I'm the producer if you interested. But I thought it was going to be on Real World. I never heard of Road Rules.
Right.
So went there, and this is while I was boxing. I had just did the gloves. This is probably like 2 months after. I'm running 6 miles every day.
Wow.
And next thing you know, they called me to be, I'm not drinking no more. Next thing you know, I'm on Road Rules.
And that's how it was. Everybody was like, oh, Darrell boxes. Nobody wanted to mess with you, man. They were scared.
Oh, man. Yeah, every challenge I went to, because they would see how it work out.
Right.
Because I would still compete off and on. But every morning, no matter how much we drank, I would get up and go run.
Damn.
Back then, we had freedom. And they would see me work out like, this dude does not get tired.
Yeah.
So I did put a little fear in them, even though, honestly, like I said, that stuff, you don't know what you're going to do. So
yeah, when you came back after taking some time off, when you came back, I was like, oh, shit, it's on. Because I seen you working out like this. This is serious. This guy's going to come back and kick some ass. And everybody was so scared of you. So I wonder, I go, man, because when me and my buddies get together, even the guys that don't roll, the guys that don't train, they want to mess around with you, you know?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I end up messing around with them. So I wonder, I go, does Darrell beat these people up on the side, you know? That's like that ever happens?
Nah, I used to bring the gloves and we'd put them on, but I wouldn't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
Right.
For the most part, but I will put the gloves on and let him. And then Evan got a little crazy one time. I had to light him up, but I just hit him in his body a couple times and he took a knee, you know. But yeah, they I don't pick on them or nothing. We just we play around.
Have you rolled with any of the guys?
Me and Derek used to wrestle all the time, but we'd be drunk.
Right. Yeah.
We'd drunk wrestle.
That's how it happens at my house. We start watch a fight, pop some bottles, and next thing you know, we're in the garage because I have mats, so we're actually rolling around. And guys that would never think about training want to be on that mat. They want to feel that for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, how intense is your training right now?
Right now, I kind of took a break, but it was pretty intense before that jiu-jitsu tournament because I was training for a half marathon.
I seen that next day.
Yeah, so the next day after the Grappling X, I ran a half marathon. But I've run those a lot, so that's why I don't get tired because I run a lot.
Right. I told Jason, I go, man, you're lucky you didn't go against him. He's like, why is that? I go, he ran a marathon the next day. He's like, no way.
Half.
But, you know, we were laughing like, no way. He was like, because that was his first tournament ever. He'd never competed before, and he was like, he was shook. Like, I don't know what to do here. Then he seen you like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny. So, right now, what are you training for right now specifically?
Well, for right now, I just work out. But like right now, man, it's crazy because as I'm getting older, I'm 38, but I'm starting to notice I can't throw these weights around and do jujitsu and hit the bag because I like hitting the bag too. So
hitting the bag, I think that's important, man.
But it's tearing up my elbows. Like I'm getting a lot of inflammation, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow.
Is it from getting armbar too?
Yeah, from the arm bars, the shoulders. Like I could feel it. So it's like, all right, I got to pick and choose and I'm still trying to figure out how to balance everything out. Because for jiu-jitsu, I was training, I was just doing pull-ups, bent over rows, hang cleans, power cleans, deadlifts, front squats, and basically running in a lot of core. I do a lot of core stuff. Yeah. That's why I think I get a lot of people because I've been doing a lot of like strength core stuff. Not like your basic sit-ups. I'm talking about a lot of twisting and turning with the TRX straps, balancing on like 3, doing crazy shit that I've been doing for years. So I think my core is what helps me a lot and also on my cardio for jiu-jitsu. I
need to do more core stuff. Right now all I do for core really is just some kettlebells, but it is a lot of twisting when I do it because I feel like my obliques need to be strong, especially if people are putting pressure on my stomach. I got to get their knees off me or something. Yeah, but talking about the elbows, when I first started training, my elbows were shot. My tendons were like overstretched. I couldn't bench. I couldn't do nothing. They were just so much tender. And then I remember I went to a batting cage one day, and just missing the ball, overextending was killing me. I was like, oh shit, this is horrible. So up until about maybe 2 years ago, I finally started doing push-ups again regularly, and man, just those arm bars and getting people off you, man, it's a hard thing, man, to get back into shape. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Because how do you rehab tendons, and ligaments?
Just ice and just sleep with your arms straight. Don't sleep with them balled up.
Yeah.
Then it makes it worse.
That's crazy. Your gym here, this has been here for how long?
I've been here about 4 or 5 years. 4 going on 5.
And you're a personal trainer?
Yeah, I just got a little personal training studio. When I first moved out here, I was at Gold's. Then they closed, and I transferred to NorCal Fit in Old Elk Grove. Then they closed. And my wife was like, you need to just open up your own place. You got enough clients. I was scared. I jumped. And now I'm actually, my lease is about to be up, and I'm thinking about opening up a boxing gym because there's not one in Elk Grove.
Right.
Boxing and weights. It'll still be pound for pound, but I want to call it boxing and weights.
Right. So you've always been into fitness?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Boxing saved my life, man. It really did.
How old were you when you started
I was
boxing?
22. So I basically, I had just turned 22. I got tired of girls. So I was 237. I got tired of girls poking me in my gut.
Wow.
I jumped in the Golden Gloves. I went in the gym like around November, jumped in the Golden Gloves in March, and then got second place, runner-up, novice. But I got tired of people poking in my belly, and that was it. So I lost. No, actually, sorry, 227. So basically, I was 227, started boxing, stopped drinking, stopped smoking weed, life changed, and jumped in there, lost 60 pounds in 4 months.
Wow.
And then never looked back, and then road rules came along. So boxing actually saved my life, man, because I was always working. I was just a young punk, I was always working though,
right.
but I always had 2 jobs, but I was just about making money, smoking weed, drinking, living that life, teenager,
that's what everybody does, man.
21, adolescence, 20, think I know everything.
Right.
And then I just got tired of it, I think, when I kept getting big, and I would go play ball and lift weights, take creatine.
Right, crazy.
I still worked out, but I wasn't working out right.
Right.
And I just got fat, and then I just got tired. Like I said, I just remember these girls would always poke me in the gut. You cute, but what's that? And I just kept pausing, like, one more girl poke me, and I hit my wall, man. This one girl poked me in the gut, and she wouldn't let me take her home or go home with her. So after that, I went to the boxing gym and just never looked back since.
Did you ever do boxing before you stepped into a gym?
No, my uncle, Manny Hernandez, the Oakland kid, he fought Chavez.
Okay, oh wow.
On the Mexican side of me. I'm half black and Mexican. So he's from Oakland. He used to box. And when we were younger, he would always make me and my other cousin, Pooter. He's an MMA fighter, Daniel Pooter. I don't know if he stopped, the Hollywood kid. I think he finished like 5-2 or something. He's from Stockton, Lodi. But he'd always give him the left hand because he was left-handed, and he'd give me the right hand, and we used to go at it. Wow. So the only thing I ever learned was from my uncle when I was younger. And I messed with it when I was like 12 and 13. In the summers, I'd go live with him. And then for the summer, but then I went one other summer, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I got girls to chase, 13, you ain't trying to be running in the heat in Stockton.
Right. That's crazy, man. Jiu-jitsu changed my life, too, in a sense, because when I moved back here, I was training, but I was eating and drinking way more than I was training, so I was putting in calories that I just couldn't burn off. So when I got back into training, I was like 218, and then I made a little goal to do a tournament, and I turned it up, man, and I think I lost like 45 pounds in like 2 months.
Yeah.
But it was all just go, train, wake up, do 4 miles in the morning, hit some kettlebells, tons of sit-ups, and just tons of hours on the mat. And plus under good instruction, so these guys were getting me up to par. But man, I mean, now I look back like, why do I would always take big breaks in between. Well, I know why, because I was moving a lot too, but I would take big breaks, eat like shit, drink tons of heavy beers, and now it's like, I know where I want to be, and I think it is because of jiu-jitsu, because I used to deal with smokers for MMA and all that stuff, but I never had that dedication like I do right now. And maybe it's being older. Maybe it has to do with that. So
once you sign up, like you said, though, once you sign up for a tournament, you got to be honest with yourself. You can't fall off. So it helps keep you honest, and that's why I try to do, like, I kind of fell off a little, but I used to do 2 half marathons a year. Yeah. One in the fall and one in the spring, because it makes me run for it with a purpose.
How many miles is a half marathon?
13.
13. Damn.
Because there's a difference. Like, there's a difference to run just to run. Right. But if I know I'm running for a race, there's a certain pace I got to run. Like, I want to come in under a 135. I'm not trying to come, or a 130. Like, my best is 125, 130, in between there. But lately, I've been running like 132, 133. Damn, that's But it makes me run for a reason. Same thing with jiu-jitsu. If you're training, there's one way to train. But if you sign up for a tournament, you start watching what you eat. You work out a little harder. You train harder.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never ran more than 4 miles, and I have a buddy that runs marathons, and he'd tell me, no, you just got to get in there. Once you get to a certain point, your mind changes. You actually start appreciating it.
Yeah, you ain't got to do all that, man. It's just up to you. The only reason why I started running because I started boxing.
Right.
And that's why I started running. I used to run with Killer, Joaquin Gallardo, and we used to go on a 6-mile run.
Damn.
And it was 3 miles to this hill, and we'd run up this hill at Cal State Hayward backwards on Harder. I don't know if you know where that is, the Cal State Hayward. We'd run up at the bottom of the hill by the cemetery,
right,
all the way to the top of the hill, backwards. It's
yeah,
like a mile, and then we'd sprint up this like 150-meter hill, this dirt hill, and then we would jog back. But we did that Monday through Saturday, every day.
Holy shit.
So, and he was pro, though, and I was training with him, so that helped me a lot. So I just got used to running, and it's like a high. But you don't have to do that, man.
Right.
Like for jiu-jitsu, I would say if you just did sprints, you'll be fine, or, just ran a mile fast as you could every day. That would help a lot. But for me, I just kind of zone out, think about what I got to do.
That's a trip, man.
I don't know, it might be in our blood too, because my mom would always run. So
you're always pushing yourself.
Yeah, I try to. That's the only way I can stay young, man.
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
Got to stay young somehow.
That's nuts. So from an early age, you're boxing, just jumping in the deep end, jumping into jiu-jitsu in the deep end, and just walking on it and getting picked to do the challenge.
Yeah, lucky.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, I've been lucky, man.
That's
lucky.
Nice.
And the challenge does help me. If I do get that call and they ask me about if I'm available, my training regiment.
Wow. And how does that work? They just say, you want to go here, and then you're like gone?
Well, they just call to see who's available and stuff. And then that doesn't mean you're going necessarily.
Right.
They try to get to see who's going, and they got different ideas. It's a lot of, it's kind of hard to say. It just depends who's available, who's not. Because they're not there to film the Brady Bunch show. Right. They want people that don't like each other. Yeah. Oh, so-and-so could do it. This person can't.
That's the thing. You have all these different persons out there. You guys got the jokers. You guys got the people that want the attention. Then you got the competitors. Who matches your intensity on that show when it comes to competition?
Man, there's a few, man. I would say off the top, CT, Derek, Johnny loves to compete too. But there's different. Everybody's made different.
Right.
These new kids, Hunter, he's a good competitor. They all of them, they all want to win. Nelly, Corey, Tony, they all try their hardest. They're all competitive, but everybody's a different animal. Some people, like for me, I like to say I'm built for eliminations.
Right.
Physical eliminations. Yeah. Like, don't put me in there for no puzzle. Right. That's stupid. That's boring.
Yeah.
And some of these people, like Johnny, he's good all around the board because he does 2 a year. He does them every year. So he gets used to, he does all the crazy, all the different type of training, like Ninja Warrior stuff. Yeah. I've been wanting to do it, but I'm scared. So it don't matter. You put me above the water. I don't care if I can do it with all these swing on these monkey bars. I'm going to fall, most likely.
I'm not the water person at all, man. I have a pool, and I get worn out just going back and forth. Like, I'm not built for it. I sink. I don't know what it is. And everybody's like, man, you can't swim. I said, I could float to the end of the pool and get out, But I was just not built for that.
Don't get me wrong. I could swim. I'm a fish. Okay. I've done stuff with sharks and finished where other people didn't finish. I just don't like being up in the air.
Oh, you're scared.
At the heights. Yeah, the heights is what I like. You put me in the water all day. I've done stuff plenty of times in the water, and they be like, oh, Darrell could swim. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm Mexican. I can swim. I ain't that black. It's the heights. The heights is what get me, man. Like, I don't know what it is, and it's getting worse.
Really?
When they called me back, I'm like, shit. So I used to be used to it. Now, I don't know what it is because I got kids.
Right.
And my invincibility's kind of gone away a little. So as soon as we in that bus and we pulling up, I'm always looking up in the sky for a crane. Where's the crane? Where's the crane? Well, and my heart start racing, and it's like, man, relax.
You're out here in Elk Grove, so you never thought about doing that skydiving out here in Lodi?
Oh, no, hell no. That's the worst one in California, man. You trying to people be dying over there. There's all kind of accidents. That's the worst one.
I did want to do that. I do want to do skydiving. My wife's like, you're not going to do that. But I'm like, I want to.
I thought about it before I got married. I was like, if it was men, I wouldn't die. But, because I wasn't a big fan of marriage. But, I'm about commitment, but the marriage, you know. But, nah, man, no jumping for me, man.
No,
that's the one thing I won't do. If they ever ask me, and I say it all the time, they ask me to jump. I'm not jumping out no plane. I'm sorry.
Ziplining.
Ziplining is cool. I've done bungee jumping like 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm just not jumping out no airplane. I just don't see. I won't.
Right.
Like, my heart will stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could just feel like I'll probably just pass out. I don't know.
So, is a son that's in there?
Yeah, my son, he does jiu-jitsu.
How old is he?
He's 5.
He's 5. How does he like it?
He likes it, man. It's good because he's very non-confrontational. My daughter, she's a go-getter. She's more aggressive.
She older or younger?
She's older.
Okay.
He's more laid back, chill, in the coloring, drawing, which is fine. He can do what he wants. But he likes soccer. But I noticed he's always afraid. He's good at soccer. He could kick the ball, but when people get in his way, he kind of like gets timid. But so he's been loving it, though. It's good for him. It's building his confidence and stuff.
Yeah, I think once the kids get used to it and it becomes part of their routine, they start to excel at it.
Yeah.
My nephew, he did all the other stuff like karate. He did baseball. Did some soccer. He just wouldn't. He just wasn't taking it, none of that stuff. I didn't think he wanted to do anything. I'm like, oh, he just wants to play games. But when he started doing jiu-jitsu, I seen the change in him. And it was like, man, this kid went from in a box to way more confident. Now he's in high school. He's been doing it for a few years now, but now he's going to start high school, and he's a different kid now. Like he was like a string bean, just skinny. Now now he looks like, man, you're going to be a big dude,
Yeah.
He started wrestling. His wrestling, he's killing in wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think all that came from jiu-jitsu, just putting in there, learning how to deal with a little bit of pressure. I mean, I see all these kids, not even in kids, even in adults, how it builds their confidence.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Jason about it, the co-host, and he used to be really shy, real shy dude. And it's funny because he worked in social media. He worked for ESPN, Sports Center, and all that stuff. He covered a lot of stuff, but he was like kind of shy in a way. He'd walk into class, his head down.
Yeah.
And then he started learning stuff, started getting better at jiu-jitsu, and a different swagger. He walked in there pointing at people,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu's good for the kids, man. Don't put your kids in karate.
Right.
All right, don't get me wrong. There's a very few 10% good karate schools. So if you're one of them, this doesn't pertain to you. But these karate schools are jokes.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu will take you a lot further. No one blocks a punch or a kick like that, man.
Right.
If you're going to put them in any type of martial arts, put them in Muay Thai,
right,
boxing, or jiu-jitsu, or any type of fighting. That karate shit, some of y'all are legit, but y'all know who y'all are. But nah, man. I did it when I was younger, too. And
right.
I think back of how you block, like,
yeah.
why do I have my hands down by my
right.
hips? So.
Yeah, I did a traditional.
And then they take
class.
your money. It's like $200, and then basically you want to get a belt, and they move you up so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
well, yeah,
karate
you can't have 4-year-old black belts.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I see that a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, he's a junior black belt. I'm like, well, that ain't the same.
Not in jiu-jitsu.
Right. You don't see that at all. I did a karate class when I was young, and like I said, my dad used to box, so I was throwing good combinations at a kid, and it was sparring day. My first day in a karate class sparring. This kid, he was a black belt in Taekwondo doing karate, and he was just throwing kicks at me left and right. So I squared up. I hit him with the 1-2 down the pipe. And everybody looked at me like I broke all kinds of rules. They were like shocked. The kid didn't want to fight no more. His nose is bloody.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, these guys, it ain't what I thought it was. They were doing points. I guess you tap them and you back off. And he got hit with 2 hot ones and made him rethink his whole karate. Last time I ever seen him.
Yeah,
and, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, I want to talk more about jiu-jitsu.
No, it's good.
So how many days a week do you say you come in there?
Oh, man, on a good week, at least 4.
Oh, wow, that's good. That is good.
I've just started. I'm trying. My whole goal was 3 days a week. 3 days a week. And I'm usually in there Monday morning, Wednesday, and Tuesday. I'm sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I usually get in. And then I'll come in on Friday or Saturday for open mat.
Right. I love open mats, man.
Yeah.
It's a little more free,
Yeah.
What are you playing right now? Are you a top guy? Are you playing the bottom?
I'm more of a top dude, man, but I'm trying to learn. Like, I love side control. If I get you on side control, I'm going to get you.
Right.
For the most part. In Grappling X, I was kind of, I ain't going to, that was a different story. I didn't know there was points. My biggest fear was getting outpointed. I was like, man, I thought you just get submitted. And I was like, I started reading the rules. I was like, man, so if someone gets side control or sweep, oh, hell no. So that's why I was like, ain't nobody scoring no points on me. So I'm just going to sit here, take my time, man. I would say I'm more of a top guy, but I've been trying to learn how to use my legs. I need to start dedicating, instead of lifting weights more, to yoga, because my hips are tight from all the running. Right. And if I could barely sit Indian style. Oh. So me putting you in a triangle, you can forget about it. It's not going to happen. So me fighting for my back is not.
What are you catching people with?
A lot of with Kimura. Is that the one with the shoulder? Yeah. The shoulder lock. I always get everybody with that one. That one and just chokes, like guillotines. Nice. Guillotines and guillotines. Right. Pretty much.
Squeeze. You got the squeeze.
Yeah. That and I almost got the. I got a couple. I just learned that baseball one.
Those are nice.
So I've been getting that one. And
the gi chokes are a little different.
I'm starting to learn the angles because I think I got something and I'm looking and I'm like, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos now, just learning the karates. It makes sense, but I think I got something. But it's like if that arm's up like for the bow and arrow or whatever, the gi choke, you need to be on top, little
Right.
things. So I'm learning.
Yeah, when I started, I was always a top guy. I always wanted to be on top, but and I would, even up until recently, I still don't use too many grips, man. It's just get inside control, Kimuras in the beginning, Kimuras and all that stuff. But now, man, I pretty much live on my back. And it was so weird because I was always a top dude, always hunting for Kimuras. Always.
I hate people like you.
Yeah, so now,
those legs, man.
now I'm
Y'all
just on
keep
my back.
sticking them in. Hate those legs.
But you know what? It took me so long to get good at that. Like, I had to put myself in so many bad situations and just get crushed and accept it, you know? And now it's like, when someone gives me a compliment, I'm like, man, you're doing good off your back. I couldn't get past it. I feel so good because, like, man, I worked hard on that, you know?
Yeah.
And that last tournament I did, I finished, I think, 3 of the 4 dudes off my back.
Oh,
And,
that's what's up.
And I just wanted to play that. I just wanted to play everything off my back. And because we did a sequence in class, I wanted to use everything we learned. That tournament, I wanted to show off jiu-jitsu, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It was so different from my other ones. And, yeah, you got to start living on your back.
That's when you know you're good, man.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of experience. You could like, all right, this is what I'm going to win by today.
Right,
And
yeah.
just play, yeah, let's work this out.
The match I lost, I failed because I wanted to hit it's called a lasso sweep. And I wanted to do it so bad that I threw everything out the window and just went for that one move. And I didn't get into the last minutes, and I lost on points. But I finally got it. But when I got it, I was like, it's like I won. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So any other tournaments you want to do coming up?
Yeah, I got one. I bought my flight to Vegas, but I haven't signed up yet. It's the
Master Rules?
yeah.
I
It's in
wanna do
August
that.
22nd or 20 something like
Yeah,
that.
August 24th, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm definitely
Yeah.
doing it. I got my plane ticket.
Oh, nice.
Because you know how the prices
Right.
go up, so I use my points. So yeah, definitely gonna do that one. And I think they had another Grappling X coming up.
Yeah, June
June
9th, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be in New York the weekend before, but I'll be all right. It's just jiu-jitsu. It's nothing.
Yeah, I'm coming back from Italy that week, and I want to do it. So if I keep my weight down, not eat too much up there, I should be good.
Yeah.
But I do want to do the Master Rules. I just gotta talk the wife into that one.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't really want to go do it. I'm like, well,
Does she compete too?
No, she don't even go to my tournaments.
Yeah.
She,
I'm trying to get my wife, man. If she does it, man, she's going to be a monster.
Right. That's what I told
but
my
I'm
wife.
scared because I introduced her to running, and that's what got me in the marathons.
Oh, wow.
I used to just run 6 miles. Next thing you know, I'm trying to, like, qualify for Boston. She
Right.
does, I don't. I'm like this.
Yeah. So, yeah, my wife, she doesn't watch my tournaments because the first one she ever went to, I hit a triangle choke on somebody in my first tournament, and the dude spiked me. And she seen me land
What's
on the back.
spike? Oh, like
Yeah,
picked
he
you up,
lifted me up and
you?
slammed me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she seen that and she flipped out. She's like, I don't want to see it no more. She said, I don't want to see you get hurt because I mean it looked bad. I seen the video of it. It looked bad, you know.
Uh-huh.
I remember being on my back and then looking at the ceiling like, oh shit, and then crashing
You
down.
can't do that though,
no,
right?
you can't.
Yeah.
So I mean, the dude was out. He just wanted to get disqualified. He didn't want to get tapped out.
Yeah.
So after seeing that, she's like, I don't want no part of it. But she does kind of want to learn because I have mats, so she wants to actually kind of go in there and roll, and she would be so good at it. But she doesn't know how to separate the sport and a real fight. She thinks it's always a real fight. She just wants to go too hard, and she'll take it personal, you know?
Yeah.
But if I could get
That's
her
the
into
competitiveness
it, right,
in there, man.
she's competitive. No, she's as competitive as me.
Yeah.
I mean, she likes all the sports. We always do all kinds of stuff together, and
Well, it's always like that in the beginning, too, because I was the same way. When I first went in there, I was too tense and trying to just Kimura or what's that, Americana everybody. Just, using all my strength.
That's the first one that everybody goes to.
Yeah,
man.
and it was just like, all right, then I learned, like, then you go to roll and open mat and no one wants to roll with you. So I'm like, oh, I got to calm down.
Right.
You know, especially if I'm bigger. I mean, I weigh 200 pounds. Some of
Right.
these guys are smaller.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
you know, even though they're higher belts, I was like, oh, I got to learn to calm down.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's funny that like even like I don't consider myself like a bigger person, but in class I'm kind of like the bigger person most of the time. You know, I'm like 186 sometimes in there, and I'm like, man, I'm like the biggest dude in here sometimes. You know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, those little dudes give me the most work. Though.
Right, that's
they
what
don't
I'm
get
saying.
tired.
Yeah.
They're like the little 130 pounds that throw punches all god day on your damn back and crawling. Like, god damn.
And it's hard to close the space on them.
Exactly.
They get that little bit of space. Like a bigger dude, I'll hold him down. I'm good. But the little guy will find these holes and squeeze out of there.
and grab your leg or.
Man, are they leg locking you? Are they allowed you?
They're not supposed to, but I've gotten caught in a couple of them. One guy almost broke my ankle.
Yeah, 'cause you're not supposed to do that to
Yeah,
white
like
belts,
when I took his back, and I was like, all right, I don't want to take his back because my hips are tight. I was like, all right, but it's there, take his back.
Yeah.
I took his back, and I did the mistake of crossing my
your leg.
ankles, and he went right on my foot,
Right.
and I felt it pop, and he let go.
Wow.
And people told me he wasn't supposed to do that, but whatever, man. I mean, I kind of was using my strength.
Right.
So, and he was an older guy. We're the same weight, but he's a little older, so he had every right to do it. I learned,
Also, he doesn't want to be tapped by you, so he's like, last resort.
Well, I was kind of like muscling him around. He's a big guy, so, but hey, whatever.
That's cool.
I learned. I didn't come back for like 2 weeks. I was pissed.
With the swollen ankles?
Oh man, my ankle was fucked up. I couldn't run. I was mad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it went away about 4 days.
Yeah, the ankle stuff sucks though, man, because you don't realize it's hurting. And
that's what I'm scared of. It's fun now, but I know once I go up to blue, like you could do knee locks, and I don't like people touching my ankles, man.
You know what? I got comfortable in it, so I have a lot of guys that do leg locks. I get comfortable. I'm like, okay, I'm good here. But you start taking a little bit longer to tap, and you're like, I could probably get out of this shit. And then it's too late. That's what happened to me. I tapped, and just a second too late, and my knee blew out on the side. I'm like, oh, damn it, my knee's jacked. It's been like that for a month, dude.
Yeah. Well, your knee is a lot more detrimental than your elbow because you need it to walk.
Right, yeah.
So if someone, hyperextended elbow, like my shit's sore now, but hyperextended elbow, you could get away with that, but a knee, you got to walk.
Yeah, I'm actually, this left arm I got arm bar pretty good on this side. It's been 3 weeks that it hurts, but my knee, I worry about the knee more than my elbow,
I think I'll tap right away. Yeah. That's what's cool about the sport, though, I guess, is you're going to win some and you tap another day, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. What was your thoughts on it in your first time in there?
Well, at first I was pretty nervous because with the whole stand-up, I've never started, like in class, we always start on the mat, basically on our butts. We don't start standing up. So I'm like, shit, what if I get a wrestler?
Right.
Some dude that knows how to wrestle. So I was more worried about that, but I got to the event late because the times kept changing. Right. I could check and it was like, oh, I'm not going on until later. So I'm sitting at the house. I live in Elk Grove. So I'm chilling. All of a sudden I looked and the time went back to 1:05 or something. I was like, oh shit, I got to go. It's 12:30. So I shot right over there. I didn't even get to warm up. As soon as I threw my gi on, I think I got to do a couple little shoulder mobility things with my band and I was on.
Damn.
The first match was the hardest.
Right.
It was just trying to stay calm and relax. But then after that, it was a brew. Once I broke that first sweat,
yeah, when you guys
I was more relaxed.
When you guys were in the bullpen, there was a lot of people right there already. It was like crowded. Like, man, this section's crazy right now. I mean, if that was me in there with all the people, I'd be like, this is too much for me to handle right now. But especially for my first tournament, because I was trying to keep Jason focused, like, pay attention, dude.
Yeah.
And I get to see it on his face, like, oh shit, he's in there shoulder to shoulder with everybody.
Yeah, it helps for me with boxing, man. Because
Right.
boxing, that helps with me on the challenge too. Like, ain't nothing like someone trying to tear your head off in that ring when you compete and everybody's watching. That's a whole nother story.
You watching the Triple G fight this week?
Yeah, he's fighting a tough dude though. That dude, I remember that dude. Triple G's good. Yeah, man. Ain't nothing like boxing though. So I would say it's easier for me to be able to relax.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It ain't like someone's gonna knock you out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then also my kids are watching. Like I said, if you lose, then you got to teach them how to lose with grace and win with grace.
Right.
So lead by example.
So I have a buddy that's competing this Saturday at Grappling Industry, and this is the first time he's been out there for a while. He took like years off of training, so this is his first tournament, and he's kind of going like, man, I just don't want to make my instructor look bad. I don't want my jiu-jitsu to look bad.
I don't worry about
And
that.
that's what I told him. I said, you know what? You need to have fun.
Thinking too much.
Yeah, you need to have fun.
Yeah.
Go out there and enjoy it, dude. You have to enjoy it. I mean, the more people there for me, I like performing in front of more people,
Yeah.
I want to get onto the bigger events, but I just love showing off, kind of. You know? It's kind of like when I used to do smokers for MMA. I used to love if my friends were there to watch me fight. I'm like, oh man, I got these people here. I get to show off a little bit. I never had that. I never had that fear of even getting beat up. I'm like, even when I was in
like
school,
you're gonna get knocked out, like you said.
Even when I was in school, I get in fights. If there's a crowd, I love it. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight right now.
Yeah.
That stuff never bothered me. But some people, they put a lot of thought into that shit.
Put too much pressure.
Yeah.
It's just the anxiety, man. I think some people think about it. They overthink it too much.
Yeah.
And what they forget is that motherfucker across from you is thinking the same damn thing.
Right, yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
He's nervous too. And it's natural.
Yeah.
It's natural nerves. You just got to learn how to control them.
Especially-
and don't overthink them.
Right. And if they're in the same bracket as you, the same training method, like time as you, they're exactly the same.
Yeah, they had to make weight too.
Right, yeah.
They got injuries too. And most of the time, they're not real injuries. They're just, you start to feel shit more as you get closer to competition.
Right.
That's how nervous you are.
I try.
You know what I mean? You got to block it out. Like, nah, you fine, man. You know what I mean?
I don't tell
plenty of
anybody.
time.
I don't tell anybody when I'm hurt.
Oh, we're always hurt.
Yeah, I'm
especially at our
always
age.
hurt. Yeah, I'm always hurt.
The what is it? The Masters is
Right.
always. It's always something. Whether it's an elbow, a shoulder, a knee, a back.
Yeah. So at that tournament you did, I did it too, and that master group was all put together. So it was like from 30 to
38.
To 38, was it?
No, it was 30 plus.
Yeah, it was 30 plus. So at other tournaments I do, I guess I'm like a master 3 or master 2.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so
I like it.
Yeah, well, I go down. I go down. Because you're able
I'm the
to,
same age as you.
Yeah,
38.
So I go down to masters. 'Cause you can do adult and master. You just can't go higher. You always go down and fight younger people. So at the last one, when I went down in the age group.
Are you talking about after you win or something?
No, just when you sign up, you have the option to sign up. If I'm a master 2, I could do master 1, or I could do adult if I want to. I don't have to stay at master 2.
Oh, you could do both.
Yeah, no, I mean, you pick the one you want to do.
Okay.
So I would do it against the younger guys. 'Cause I'm like, well, if I'm going to win, I want to fight these younger guys. Well, that's what
I'm
I
not
thought.
there yet.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
going to stick to people my age. Hold on, I'm not there yet.
Well, that's what I thought.
You get these little wrestlers coming out of high school or
Right.
college.
That's what I got hit with, dude.
Oh, man, you get a wrestler.
Right.
That's a whole nother world.
Yeah, that's what I got hit with. I got hit with some reality. I'm like, Mitchell, you know what? You're not as fast as you thought you were.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys don't get tired. They're strong. And I mean, and they're a different weight. You know,
Yeah.
we're the same weight, but they're built. They're holding that weight different. You know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them don't have as much injuries.
Right,
Injuries, you know. Because I know I feel stronger at this age than I was at 25 because I wasn't lifting weights a lot. But you get a collegiate wrestler fresh out of college, man. Or you get a 25-year-old that's competing in MMA.
Right.
And they want to go to the cage.
Right.
So they do these tournaments just to get better at their
And
jiu-jitsu.
they get a different mentality when they're fighting
they're
everyone
trying
at
to
the same
smash
time.
you.
Right.
They're trying to smash you.
Right now we got these 2 youngsters. They're in their early 20s. One's like maybe 22, and these guys have wrestling backgrounds. They're white belts, and the intensity that they bring to the mat, I'm like, shit, man. I hope I get this dude first or I get him last. You know, Okay, if he's last, he's probably gonna be tired. If I get him first, I'm fresh. So I can hang in there. So yeah, 2 guys, Sean and Ruben, man. These guys, they're young. They're in shape. They work out before they do jiu-jitsu. These guys are nightmare. They're white belts, you know.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't imagine. And they always joke. They always act like they're tired. But they're not. They're just mocking me.
Yeah, this is their lightweight work.
Right. The Masters is coming up in August. You're coming back from Germany, you said?
No, I'm just going to New York.
Or
Yeah, I got a thing to do with a few other castmates, a little Meg gift thing out in New York on January 2nd. So me and the wife, we're going to make a little trip out of it. So I'll be all right, though. Get my weight down early.
Right.
Sweat it out. I'll work out there, go run and stuff. But I'll probably just kill my body force myself into rest.
Right.
Take like a week off or something.
The Masters that's a big tournament, man.
That's in August, though. Yeah.
That's a big tournament. The hotels we booked full of everybody. It's funny, man, because you get all these guys come from Brazil come up too. You know, like at our gym, Cassio, all his black belts will come up too. So our gym is just full of.
Yeah, Derek's under him, right?
Yeah, Derek's under him.
From Waza.
Yeah, Waza, Maxwell.
How many does he have?
Cassio has a total of 40 black belts.
Oh, and they all have schools?
Yeah, pretty much all of them do. I mean, we have, sometimes in our class, we'll have like about 6 or 7 black belts in our class. Like if you go down to one in Sacramento, man.
But I mean, how many of them in this area? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, in this area they have a Terry Maxwell school, the Waza school, Darren's school that's in Roseville. Then you have the one in Auburn. Man. I think there's, and then you have Jamie Jara's school, the Carnage MMA. That's what's
That's the dude with all the tattoos,
yeah.
huh? Yeah, I mean,
that is.
Well, I know, I've seen him.
Yeah, that is a savage, man. I mean, you see him at he did fight to win here not too long ago, and he just had back surgery, and he walks up to the mat with the cane, and it's like, damn, this dude, and then he gets on the mat and taps the dude out with the inverted triangle choke.
I ain't gonna believe nobody walking up with a cane, man. That means that he faking it. Not saying he's faking it, but I'm just saying I ain't gonna take a light on you with a cane.
Yeah, he walks in there with the cane, and then he taps the dude out with the inverted triangle choke. He just had back surgery too, so that's a trip. These guys, their jiu-jitsu is so good. No matter what's wrong with them, they go in there and still perform. Because they believe in their jiu-jitsu.
They put all them years and time on the mat, man.
Yeah, you need to go down there to an open mat at Cassio, man. That guy is, man.
I went to, he had a seminar here and I was there.
He did. Yeah, that dude did. So he changed my jiu-jitsu. he's actually changed my whole mentality of the sport. Because before I was just doing it to do it, you know. Now he kind of, him and Darren, they made me focus more on it and just becoming better at everything, you know. And so I'm trying to follow in their footsteps, I guess you could say. Yeah, man. But yeah, you're at a good gym. You have some good guys there. I know some of the guys that train with you. Man, you're on the right here, right next door to them too.
No,
man. That's incredible,
man.
dude.
It's nice.
That's
close.
incredible.
It's easy for me to walk right over there after a client. Boom, I'm there.
Damn, that's amazing, man. Well, you know what, Darrell? I don't want to take any more of your time. I really do appreciate this, man.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me. I'll come back on too.
Yeah, I would like to have you. Yeah. You know what? We do a boxing breakdown too. We watch the fights. We break them down before and after. That'd be cool, dude. I really do appreciate it, though. Thanks so much.
Yeah, man.
Long-time fan.
Yep.
Thank you so much, brother.
All right, man.
Later. Today's podcast is brought to you by Royal Star Inc. Custom T-shirts. Hey, guys, do you ever go out looking for T-shirts, but you can't find what you want? Or maybe you have an idea of something you want to put on the T-shirt? Or does your team not look like a team because you guys are wearing old logos, mismatching, different colors? That's not a good look. But Rudy at Royal Star Inc. got you covered. Hit them up for quality T-shirts, custom designs, fast turnarounds. They look great. They feel great. For sure, you've seen me rocking their gear before, and I'm going to tell you some of the best stuff I have. Follow them on Instagram at Royal Star Inc.